What kind of relationship did you have with your parents? What kind of relationship did your mother have with her parents? My mom loved her mom a lot. She thought my dad was, or my grandfather was really cool, but I never met him. I'd have to say pretty good. My father, on the other hand, with his parents, he seemed like he liked his dad a lot. Again, I never met my grandfather on his side either, but it seemed like my dad liked his dad a lot. I've recently come to the knowledge that I may have forgotten this, that my grandmother and my father used to yell at each other a lot, and I always thought my grandmother was kind of weird, and my mom kind of confirmed it for me. So I'm going to have to say that I think my dad's relationship with his father was alright, although I don't know much about him, and that his relationship with his mom, my grandmother, wasn't that great. I think I was one at birth, but my parents were both pretty old when I was born. I was the only child. My dad was 42 when I was born, and my mom was 33, which in that day and age was pretty old to get married and have your first kid for either one of them, but especially my dad at 42 to have his first child and get into his first marriage right around 40. Who knows what was happening with my dad, but obviously there was something there, so I don't know what that was. I'd say we were middle class. My mom was a school teacher and my dad worked for the railroads and had worked himself up into a pretty good position of carman, whatever that is, and seemed to do okay. Was there laughter in our house? Oh, probably not a lot. Some, I'd say, though. Arguing, for sure. My dad and my mom yelled at each other a lot. This is definitely a problem. Depression. I don't know that there was any depression going on in my house, but I wouldn't say it was a fun, uplifting place either when I was a kid. My grandmother came to live with us for a while. That's my dad's mom, and I couldn't remember it, but Mom's just told me recently that they used to yell at each other a lot. And I thought my grandmother was kind of weird. What did my family think of me? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think they knew what to make of me. I don't think they... I just don't know what they thought of me, but I think all my life people have had a hard time understanding where I'm coming from or what I'm about. Um, I think I had as far as like sexually and all that, I think I had a pretty normal childhood growing up. I didn't start masturbating till around 12, but when I started, I kind of went into it full force and couldn't stop. I masturbated every day at least before I went to bed and first thing in the morning, and usually one or two times or maybe even three during the day. Um, I definitely, I couldn't go to bed without masturbating, and I would masturbate in the mornings to make sure that I didn't have any hard-ons during the day at school because, boys point that out with each other, although nobody ever pointed it out to me, and I wanted to make sure that I was less likely to have a boner at school. But also, I definitely enjoyed masturbating. I guess I still do. I was afraid to fight. I never liked to fight. I still don't like confrontation. Um, I definitely I don't like confrontation to this day, and I've never really been in a fight. I've horsed around a little bit, talked myself out of some fights by acting like I was badass, even though I'm not. But no, I've never really been in a fight. Well, I got spanked a lot when I was a kid. I don't think it was anything unreasonable. Um, I probably screwed around like a lot of kids do. I wasn't a very good student. And I'm sure my parents were just trying to get me focused back on school or whatever it was I should have been doing, or teach me how to live the right way or whatever it was. I don't think they went overboard. My dad punched me twice in the arm, and I don't remember anything specific about him other than he punched me, and it shocked the hell out of me because I didn't know what happened. And it just kind of cemented the fact that I didn't like my dad very much. We never got along. I don't know. I suppose we'll get into that more later. My parents' marriage, I don't think they had a very good one. I encouraged my mom to get a divorce when I was about 15 or 16 years old, but she wouldn't do it. And of course, by that time, I'm not going to say I was practically grown, but I only had a couple more years of high school, and I was probably going to be taken off. I asked my mom several times. My dad could be a real dick, and I asked my mom at least once or probably even twice, was it worse when I was around because he was trying to show off or something? And she said, yeah, but I don't know. I just think my dad's an asshole, man. I don't think my mom should have put up with all the crap that he gave her, and me too, but especially her. I don't think she should have put up with that crap. And if it was me, um, I think I would have gotten a divorce. My marriage right now is not that great, but, you know, it seemed like theirs is way worse than what we have. To me, my dad was an asshole. My mom may not have been perfect. She probably struggled a lot because of the way I feel like my dad was. But, I just don't think they had a very good marriage. But they never got divorced, and my mom acts like she misses him, but, I don't miss my dad. I can tell you that. When my dad died, my real thought was, well, that's over. I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel anything. I mean, just felt kind of relief, to tell you the truth. Um, I mean, we patched things up a little bit there at the end, but he's been dead for about 2 years, and I really don't miss him. I don't have any sad thoughts about his death, just maybe slightly a little bit. I don't have any really good memories of my dad. Just remember my dad yelling and being angry a lot. But I'm sure a lot of people had a lot worse than I did, but I still just think he was a jerk. Yes, their fighting, I'm sure, scared me. I know that I didn't like it. I hated their fighting. I remember coming home from college one time and them fighting in front of me. And I told them, I was like, would you guys just wait till I'm gone? And you can fight all you want, but I don't want to come home from college and see you two just yelling at each other. Of course, there's more to it than that, but I did not like my parents fighting, and I spent a lot of time in my room alone watching TV. In fact, when I got the TV in my room when I was in ninth grade, I mean, I pretty much stayed in my room and just watched TV. I mean, I didn't spend time with my mom was okay. Spend time with my dad, just I didn't want to do it. I didn't. We didn't have anything in common, and I just think my dad was a jerk. I don't think he taught me anything. I don't think my mom taught me anything about life either. I've often in my life felt like everything I've learned in my life I've had to learn on my own, and I definitely resent the fact that nobody in my life has ever said, hey, do it this way, don't do it that way, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, you're making a mistake here. Or they told me I was making a mistake, but it was like, you're making a mistake, don't do that. It wasn't reasoning, it wasn't calmly discussed. Even if they'd been upset with me but said, hey, I think you're making a mistake, you need to try this, at least in my opinion, it would have gone a lot farther. But all I ever felt like was like I couldn't, not just that I couldn't do anything right, but I mean, you couldn't tell my parents anything because they would just blow up. I mean, there was no rational discussion in my house. It was just yelling. So I learned never to tell my parents anything. I pretty much learned to lie at an early age because, you tell my parents what they want to hear. They don't yell at you. And, the truth may not come out later, so you're better off lying than just automatically getting yelled at no matter what the issue was.